Hello students, let me explain you about specifying width and height in terms of percentage, which is the continuation of the previous lecture. Well, in terms of percentages, I was discussing about this particular example, right? So in this I talked about we have specified the parents element's size in terms of pixels, whereas its inner element, child element, is specified with a percentage. Okay, so 50% of that it has to appear. Let me take this particular example where parent fixed is this division is having 400 pixel and 150 pixel as a size of this, right? So in within this parent relative is this one, another division, which is occupying 50% with the background having yellow. So this portion is 400 150 pixel. Half of this will be the this one, right? This is how it is being mentioned here. Okay, half of its parent. So this parent of this is the body element, right? So it is occupying 50% of the whole screen, but it is appearing after the element that is coming next to it. So these all things you can try practically to see how the elements are spaced one after another, how their size is covered, what is how the background color is taken till what. These things are better explained in practical rather than theoretical explanation. You are not getting clear idea, so that's why I say always do it practically and see. So you have this code available, just copy it and paste it in a HTML document and just try it practically once so that you can find out the difference between different the way to specify it in percentages and in terms of pixels. When it is specified in terms of pixels, it is taken with respect to its parent element, that you should remember. Yeah, developer tools in current browsers. You can use various browser CSS inspection tools to examine the box values for a selected element. So these are all the developer tools available. One is Chrome Inspect Element, Firefox Inspect Element, Internet Explorer developer tools you have, Opera is there, right? You can just use the inspect element of that and see the effect of CSS. So the last section of the CSS is text styling. We have separate properties as text properties. Two basic properties of this are font and paragraph properties. So we'll see the text properties like font family. You know that this is used to specify the font family like Cambria, Garja. This I discussed. If the first one is not available, second value is taken. It is not available, third is taken, then fourth one is taken. This already I have discussed. Okay, you can also mention the generic font family name rather than being specific, like serif, sans serif, monospace is this kind of thing. You need not have to be very particular. This is Courier textile. You can the generic name for this is monospace. You know that we call it as cursive, right? So when rather we know that it is style is generic name is cursive, but we don't know what is the specific name given for that. In that case, we can use the generic font family name also. So this is the fantasy kind. We have several families which are coming under fantasy, which are coming under cursive. So you can be generic, the one which is coming on the top is selected by the browser. Okay, font face is another one. Most recent browsers are supporting, as I said, CSS are also upgrading every time. So the font face is the new property. Most of the browsers nowadays are supporting this also. Font sizes, where you can specify the size of a font in terms of pixels, right? You can use other units also, correct? Percentage with respect to its parent elements can also be used, right? How to use EMs and percents. Both EM units and percentages are relative to its parent size, so no difference. You can just see browser's default text size is 15 pixel for body, 100% or 1 EM is 16 pixel here. So when I say 125% of this, it is added, 25% is added to 16. 25% of 16 is 1.125. When you are rounding it to the upper level, it becomes 18 pixel. So similarly 150, when we say 16 plus 8, 24 pixel it will become. So it is relative to the default size, relative to the default size of its parent element, correct? So this is how you can make use of EMs also. 1.125 EM. We mean say like this many times we say na 1.125 times, 1.5 times. So that is specified with EMs. Or instead of that you can use percentage symbol also to scale it. Yeah, again the example on this. Then rem unit, root m unit. This unit is always related to the size of the root element, that is the HTML element. It's not relating to its parent element. That's the only difference. Otherwise, it is similar to similar to EM unit. So it is always taking 16 pixel. With respect to that, it is changing here. So change you are able to see compared to the previous example. So in this chapter we have learned what is CSS, the syntax of it, location of styles. Based on the location you have found different types of CSS. Based on selector forms we have seen different categories of CSS. How the conflicting rules are handled by using the cascade property of a style sheet, and why the name cascade style sheet we call that we learned in 5th section of this particular chapter. Then we have seen what is box model and what are the properties that come under box model, and last but not the least we have seen the text styling. So this is all about CSS. Thank you.